Hello YouTubers, Plussers, and bloggers. I'm Peggy Kay, and I'm going to be taking a quick look at the updates for creators in the Googleverse in April. My top updates this month include changes to the YouTube Partner Program, an update to the AdSense prohibited content policies, the launch of Google Plus Topics, and more. If you'd like more details, there are links in the video description. Let's start with a nice new feature. Last week, Google Plus launched Topics, a new way to explore the content on Google Plus. You should see a Topics box in your home screen. Start exploring by clicking a topic. There are hundreds of Google Plus topics in English, Spanish, and Portuguese, covering the arts, crafts, science, technology, history, travel, entertainment, cooking, hobbies, and more. Open a topic and you can browse through posts and, on the left sidebar, find related collections to follow and communities to join. And there are links to more topics to keep exploring. This is a great way to find people who share your interests and to find new content to follow. And I think that this can be a great boon to creators because this will let people find you based on their interests, especially if you're posting to collections. Next is a more practical update. If your name or brand has changed, you can now remove the custom URL from your Google Plus profiler page or from your YouTube channel. That option is on the About Me page for the profile page or channel in the Sites box. Once the old custom URL is removed, a new custom URL may be offered by Google Plus or YouTube if your profile, page, or channel is eligible. You can see new custom URL offers on your YouTube Status and Features tab or on your Google Plus page or Profiles profile page. Yes. Over on YouTube, I want to start with a small but I think significant update that was announced at the end of March. YouTube now can automatically caption sounds such as applause, music, and laughter in addition to speech. It's one more improvement that will make videos even more accessible to the hearing impaired. The big news for creators on YouTube is a significant change to the YouTube Partner Program. YouTube no longer will serve ads on monetized videos until the channel has at least 10,000 views. YouTube also instituted a review process for creators who apply to the YouTube Partner Program. The channel is set up for monetization, and once it reaches 10,000 views, it's automatically reviewed for compliance with the YouTube Partner Program policies and community guidelines. This is amidst ongoing reports from current partners that their earnings have dropped significantly since last month, when a number of advertisers pulled their ads from YouTube, and then Google and YouTube implemented new advertiser controls. YouTube has acknowledged that partners are frustrated and has said that they are working to address this situation. Hopefully there will be an improvement in May. In the meantime, YouTube is encouraging partners to ensure their content is advertiser-friendly. And note that it's not just YouTube that requires advertiser-friendly content for monetization. AdSense has a similar policy, and they recently updated their content policies to prohibit ads specifically on dangerous and derogatory content, which includes threats, harassment, violence, and what might broadly be considered hate speech. More specifically, AdSense prohibits content promoting, glorifying, or condoning violence against others, and content encouraging others to believe that a person or group is inhuman, inferior, or worthy of being hated, on the basis of their race or ethnic origin, religion, disability, age, nationality, veteran status, sexual orientation, gender, gender identity, or other characteristic that is associated with systemic discrimination or marginalization. And, not surprisingly, content promoting hate groups or hate group paraphernalia is also prohibited. Be sure to read all the AdSense program policies carefully to be sure your content is in compliance. Now, there's also good news this month for YouTube creators whose videos have been restricted in the past. Last month, YouTube realized that there were videos being incorrectly filtered in restricted mode, and they fixed that problem. They announced, "On the engineering side, we fixed an issue that was incorrectly filtering videos for this feature, and now 12 million additional videos of all types, including hundreds of thousands featuring LGBTQ content, are available in restricted mode." YouTube also provided more details about what types of content might cause a video to be restricted. And they make clear it's not just visual imagery, but the topics themselves that could be the issue, including drugs and alcohol, sex beyond purely educational conversations, violence, even violence in the news, mature subjects, including terrorism, war, crime, and political conflicts that result in death or serious injury, and profane and mature language. YouTube has pointed out previously that only about 1.5% of daily video views come from viewers with restricted mode turned on. So if your video complies with the YouTube community guidelines, even if it's filtered in restricted mode, it shouldn't cause that big a change in the number of views. But keep in mind that videos that are filtered in restricted mode may not be considered advertiser friendly, so they may not be monetized. Okay, so what's been taken away this month? The Google+ Hangouts API was retired on April 25th. What that means is that most of the Hangouts video call apps, like Effects, Story, and Soundation, have been removed. What remains are apps for enterprise, like RingCentral and Uber Conference. And, of interest to you live streamers out there, in Hangouts on Air, you can still use the Cameraman and Control Room apps. And no, this does not mean Hangouts is going away. Finally, we also said goodbye to Google Spaces. Spaces launched just before Google I/O in May 2016. It was designed for small group sharing, with each space accessible with a link. So it was easy to invite people, and it was more casual than a community. On April 17th, Spaces shut down. If you weren't using Spaces, why should you care? The Spaces team announced that they would use what they learned to improve other Google products and services. So it will be interesting to see what comes out of that. So those are my top creator updates for April. In May is the Google I/O conference, which always brings interesting announcements and updates. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss next month's overview. And you'll also get weekly tutorials and tips.